Today, I'm going to be telling you 5 things all rabbit owners fight about. And some of them have no right or wrong answers. I'm just telling you what I know and from experience. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this and more Trevor content. Yeah, let's just get into it. Well, first things first. A lot of people argue about whether or not you should get 2 bunnies, or at least 2 bunnies. Personally, I only have 1 bunny. You can see him in there, right there. Personally, I only have 1 bunny. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I want another bunny, but I'm only 15 years old, and my parents barely agreed to letting me have 1 bunny. So, right now, I think, for me, having 1 bunny is the best decision. But it's not just about having 1 bunny. I only go to school a couple hours, like 8 hours a day, including football practice. And then I'm with him almost the whole time after that and before that, especially in the summer. So he lives in my bedroom. So if you're gonna have a bunny, 1 bunny, I say put him in a mutual space, or a space that you're in a lot, or like a family room or something. Like the good place is like a living room or a bedroom, or somewhere where they can see people and interact with people so they're not alone all the time, especially not in a cage. But I do agree having 2 bunnies is better than having 1. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great having 2 bunnies, but I don't think you necessarily need to have 2 bunnies if you're always there with your bunny. Especially since Trevor hasn't been in contact with another bunny since he was 8 weeks old. He's been in contact with cats and dogs, but he's never been in contact with another bunny. So he probably doesn't even care, and he has me all the time. Number 2 is graded litter box or not graded litter box. Personally, I don't have a graded litter box, but I used to have a graded litter box. I personally think this is all about preference for you and your rabbit. Personally, my rabbit has a non-graded litter box. That's his litter box right there. And there's litter on the bottom, but he doesn't have access to that litter. He just has a layer of hay, and he likes it a lot more than when I had the graded litter box. I had this medium-sized graded litter box, and he always peed on the mat or like beside it, or like he would never pee in the litter box. So personally, it could have just been too small of a litter box, but personally, for my rabbit, he did not like that litter box, and it was harder for me to clean. It was way harder to clean. I had to like hose it off. This, I could just dump the litter and the wood pellets. That's what I use for litter. I can just dump it in the woods. So I think these are better if you don't want to have to change the litter every single day, because you could just put a layer of hay on top and it'll be clean for like another couple days. Or yeah, I usually change it once a week. But the graded litter box, you have to pretty much, I'd say, change every day. But it does, I don't know, it probably stays a lot cleaner than this, because he gets hay literally all over the place. But you still have to have hay next to it. So this is really just preference decision. Right, this one is a big one. Whether or not pellets or salad should be their main diet. And by salad, I mean like greens and herbs, like lettuce, dill, I can't think of any. I personally feed my bunny celery. This one is also, you can't give them too much of either. Personally, my bunny gets both. He gets a small portion of pellets in the morning in enrichment. He gets either in stacking cups, in a forage bin, or his snuffle mat. Like, he always gets it in enrichment. And then in the evening, he gets a small portion of pellets without the forage. And at like night, right before I go to bed, I give him a salad, which usually includes a singular baby carrot, a singular one, a couple pieces of lettuce, usually celery, a lot of celery. Not like a lot, usually up to 2 sticks. He really likes celery. That's his favorite food. And maybe a blueberry or 2. That's usually what he ends up eating for a salad. I know that sounds like a lot of food, but I'm not giving him that many pellets. And the salads are really good because it keeps them hydrated. So like I said, I've been seeing this all over TikTok recently. is people arguing whether or not they should feed their rabbit pellets or salads. And I think, personally, I think they're both really good for their diet. Pellets, it fills their belly up more, and they actually like them a lot, and they're not like too bad for them. Salads, at one point I was just feeding Trevor salads, and the vet said he was underweight, and it was it was a couple months before he was gonna get surgery, so that could have been why too. But pellets also keeps their weight consistent. And salads are really good because it gets them the hydration they need, and not just like, not just like filling, but it gives them the hydration they need. It also wears down their teeth just like hay does. That's why they need so much hay. So yeah, I think pellets and salads are both a very important part of a rabbit's diet. Alright, this is number 4, and this one does have a right answer. But I see it in books all the time that it's not the right answer, but it is. So, Trevor used to have a water bottle. Yeah, now he has 2 water dishes. So, I could go into depth on why a water bottle is bad for their health, but I'm just going to say this simply. It builds bacteria way too quickly. The water doesn't stay fresh for very long. It's hard to clean if it gets cleaned at all. So, dishes, they stay cleaner. You can refill their water so much easier. And the only downside to water dishes is if you have a chunky bunny like me. He looks chunky. He's not that heavy, but he's chunky. His chin gets in the water, and a bunch of hair gets in the water. That's the only downfall to having a water dish. But I want to show you. I just made this purchase yesterday. Well, it just came in the mail. This is like a filter. So like any hair that gets in there, it like filters out, and like it's a nice little fountain. So that's his old water dish. As you can see, there's hair in it, and I just refilled that this morning. So getting one of these is really good because it promotes them to drink like they would naturally in the wild, and it filters any bacteria that was in there. So yeah, if you're gonna, when you give your bunny water, just make sure they have a water dish. If they won't drink out of the water dish, have their water bottle too. Like, that's not the worst thing in the world. Like, if you're transitioning from the water bottle to the water dish, that's what I did at first. I had the water bottle for the longest time before I did my research, but now I had the water dish and the water bottle for a very long time too, and he mostly drank out of the water dish, so I got rid of the bottle all in all. So yeah, that is a very. And at number 5, the one that people I see on the internet argue about the most, whether rabbits should be in a cage, an enclosure, or if they should be completely free roamed. I think the most logical answer to this is enclosure. Something like this. This is his nighttime enclosure. He has a little door right here. I don't know if you can see. This is a door. He has a little door. He can come in and out during the day whenever he wants. He usually just chooses to be in there anyways, so that's fine. But so he's free roam during the day, but at night he does have this enclosure. I used to be a bad rabbit owner. He used to live in a small cage, have a tiny litter box, drink out of a water bottle, and only ate pellets unlimitedly. Yeah, he did not have the best health when he was little. I'm sorry. I have to admit that. But his health improved madly when I switched him to an enclosure. This is a newer enclosure that I got for him, but I used to have this, and I still have this. It's an 8-panel, 3-foot tall, enclosure, and that was back when I had my smaller bedroom, so he couldn't be free roamed when I was up there, because it was just way too small for both of us to be over there all the time. So, yeah, I used to use that, but when I moved downstairs into my huge bedroom, I wanted something that was more convenient and more flexible, and this is 100% the best reason. So I 100% do not believe rabbits should be kept in cages anymore. I used to, but the enclosure, definitely the best approach. I know most people cannot free roam their bunny, and that's completely fine. It's completely fine to not free roam your bunny. But having an enclosure like this, or even a little bit smaller, is fine. But just enough space for them to sprawl out and be able to even run around a little bit. So that's my personal opinion on all of these. I think you should take my advice, take me from experience, and leave some comments, friendly comments, down below if you have anything you would like to add. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Say goodbye to Trevor. Thank you. See you. Bye.